idam adaya shayane
किया
ambhasi udanvataha shishaisho anupranam vivishe antaha aham vibho kalpanta idam adaya shayane ambhasi udanvataha shishaishor anupranam vivishentaraham vibho kalpanta idam adaya shayane ambhasi udanvataha shishaishor anupranam vivishentaraham vibho kalpanta idam adaya shayane ambhasi udanvataha shishaishor anupranam vivishentaraham vibho. Please listen. Kalpante, at the end of Brahma's day, idam, this, adaya, taking together, shayane, having gone to lie down, ambhasi, in the causal water, udanvataha, devastation, Shishaisho, line of the personality of Godhead, Narayana, Anupranam, breathing, Vivishe, entered into, Antaha, within, Aham, I, Vibho, of Lord Brahma. Translation. At the end of the millennium, when the personality of Godhead, Lord Narayana, lay down within the water of devastation, Brahma began to enter into him along with all creature elements. And I also entered through his within. Perfect. Narada is known as the son of Brahma. The Lord, as Lord Krishna is known as the son of Vyasadeva. The personality of Godhead and his liberated devotees, like Narada, appear in the material world by the same process. As it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, the birth and the activities of the Lord are all transcendental. Which was? Therefore, according to thrice opinion, the birth of Narada as the son of Brahma is also a transcendental pastime. His appearance and disappearance are practically on the same level as that of the Lord. The Lord and his devotees are therefore simultaneously one and different as spiritual entities. They belong to the same category of transcendence. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gauratvishe Namaha Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakhyam Namami Bhaktashaktikam He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dinabandho Jagatpate Vesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vyasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So we are in the chapter called Narada and Vyasa conversation. So where Narada Muni had described his previous life, how he met his spiritual masters, the great Bhakti Vedantist, then how he developed a detachment from material life, materialistic people, family attachments, then how he was, after dying, after death of his mother, he went towards north. He went towards north. And then he passes through many towns, many industries, it is said there, many mines, forests, and finally he reaches to some place and then he does tapasya there. Jai Shri Shri Radha Madhav ki, Shri Shri Gaur Nitai ki, Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki, Srila Prabhupada ki. So there he gets darshan of, whom does he get darshan of? He gets darshan of Lord Vishnu, right? Then immediately his tapasya breaks, but that darshan was only for a fraction of time, just only a blink of eye, just a fraction of time. then immediately the Lord disappears. But after the Lord disappears, the Lord appears in the form of his sound vibration. He disappears in his physical form, but he appears in his sound form. Then what does he say? What does he say? What does the Lord says? But in the next life. So then he becomes little sad, but because the Lord said, he continues. He waits for that moment. So then Narad Muni says, thus I began chanting the holy names of the Lord, wandering all over the earth, always chanting and remembering the pastimes of the Lord. In that way I was always satisfied, I was always humble and no envious. And just like the lightning and the illumination follow simultaneously, I was freed from all the material contaminations. Then immediately I met with a death. Then I transformed into then I got a transcendental body. Having been awarded a transcendental body in the last sloka, having been awarded a transcendental body, befitting an associate of the personality of Godhead, I quit the body made of 5 material elements, and thus all acquired fruitive results of work, karma, stopped. So Narad Muni, immediately after giving up his body, he got a transcendental body. Even in that same, as soon as he gave up the body, he got a transcendental body. But in the current shloka, Narad Muni is saying that at the end of the millennium, when the personality of Godhead, Lord Narayana, lay down within the water of devastation, Brahma began to enter into him along with all creative elements. And I also entered through his breathing. So this is annihilation which is happening here, right? So this is which annihilation that is happening here? Kalpanta, at the end of Kalpa. So how many types of annihilations are there? Yes. What are the annihilations? What are they? Huh? Sorry? Kshanit. And? No, you are speaking something else. No. So Bhagavatam says there are 4 types of annihilations. How many? 4 types. Nitya, that means constant. Second is Naimittika, that means occasional. Third is Atyantika. Third is Prakritika, which is material, material annihilation. And the final is Atyantika, which is final annihilation. So 4 types of annihilations. Bhagavatam says this. What is so the current annihilation that is happening here at the end of Brahma's day? How much is Brahma's day? According to our time, 432 crores. 432 crores of years. And it is said even at the partial annihilation, all the 3 worlds are, submerged in water, and there is fire before that. So this is called Naimitika, which is occasional. It doesn't happen every day. Of course, it happens every day of Brahma. But as per our understanding, it is occasional. That means after every day of Brahma, Kalpa is 12 hours day. Then there is 12 hours night also. So 12 hours Brahma does his job of creation. Then another 12 hours he is into Yoga Nidra. He is into sleep. It's called Yoga Nidra. Brahma is also Yoga Nidra. Prabhupada writes in the purport. So then again he gets up. Then again he sees everything is messed up. Everything is annihilated. Then again he takes all the material elements and starts again creation. Bhutva Bhutva Praliyate. Prabhupada uses this all the time. This material world is created, annihilated, created, annihilated. So this is called occasional or Naimitika annihilation. What is Prakritika annihilation, material annihilation? That is where all the material elements at the end of the life of Brahma, at the end of life of Brahma, that means after he completes 100 years, that is like so many, unlimited almost, that many number of years as per us. After that, everything, whole material elements, everything enters into the body of Mahavishnu. That is material annihilation, Prakritic annihilation. Then again, he creates the Brahmandas come, and again, as per the karmas, we take different births. At that time, Brahma also will change. Brahma will not change after occasional annihilation, but Brahma will change after Prakritika annihilation. What is Atyantika, final annihilation? That is when a soul is freed from all the material contaminations. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsara, all this material contamination, ego. When a soul is freed from all these contaminations and understands that I am a part and parcel of Lord Krishna, my aim of life is to go back to spiritual world Vaikuntha. So when he attains to that position, that is the final. That means it is related to the soul. When a soul gives up all these things, everything material, gives up and goes back to the kingdom of God, it's final, which is called liberation or back to Godhead. You can name different. And the first one was constant annihilation. That means change which happens every moment. Every moment, the change that is happening, it is called Nitya or constant annihilation. A body takes birth, it grows, it becomes young, then little old, adult, then old age, then death. So it's a span of maybe 60, 70, 80 years. So the body is changing. Prabhupada gives the example of sun. Is the sun moving? Is the sun moving? Yes, he is coming every day and going. He is moving. But you go out and see at the sun, can you see? He is moving? He is not moving. Is our hair growing? Our hair is growing. But can you see? Is the hair growing? Can you see? No, you can't see. Because you don't have that microscopic eyes. Because the hair is growing so slow that your eyes cannot capture it. Just like in a movie, on the screen, the movie is displayed on the screen. It's like the screen is there. But within that screen there are thousands of pixels, right? Which you can't see. When they are assembled together, you can only see a one photo. But inside that there are thousands of pixels, parts and parcels are there. You can't see. Which shows that we have, as the scripture says, we have 4 defects. We have imperfect senses. Then what happens? We commit mistakes. Then third is we get bewildered. After committing mistake, we get bewildered. And the fourth is we cheat others. So in this world, everything is moving. Everything is moving. Our body itself is moving. Of course, there is one moving, you go from here to there. That is one moving. But the another moving or the change is that which happens to the body. Not with the body, but to the body, which is, it keeps becoming old. Suddenly we see one day our nails are grown up. Now we realize that I have to cut my nails. Suddenly we see our hair is grown up. Suddenly we realize. So this is called Nitya or constant annihilation. Similarly, the seasons are changing, the years are passing. Suddenly we realize that, we are becoming old now. So this is called constant annihilation. Just like when Gajendra, you all know the story of Gajendra. How a crocodile catches a prey. Just like the crocodile caught the leg of elephant, right, Gajendra. And how the crocodile does, first it like this. Then after it gets the grip, then again little ahead and like this. Then after that little ahead and like this. It takes the grip. After it gets the grip, then it goes little ahead. And then completely it, takes inside. So one devotee was telling how the crocodile form of time, how it engulfs us every day. One day is past, you went inside crocodile of time. Second day is past, you went little more. Third day passed, you went little more inside. Fourth day passed, you went little more. 5 years passed, 10 years passed. After that, Hari Bol. Then we realize, time ho gaya. How much Gajendra was feeling separation, a pain. One is, there is a pain of crocodile catching its feet. And second is that it is glorifying the Lord even in that pain. To save him. Similarly, we can also be freed from this crocodile of time, constant annihilation, which we are not realizing. Just like the crocodile and the Gajendra was fighting for 1,000 celestial years. Isn't it? How many years? 1,000 celestial years the fight went on. And our fight is unlimited. And we don't know only that it is a fight. We are in so much illusion. So just like the Gajendra felt that pain, and in that pain he also remembered the Supreme Lord. So how we can get freed from this annihilation, constant, nitya annihilation that is happening, which we are not able to realize, but how we can get freed? How one can get freed? Narad Muni says, it is personally experienced by me that those who are always full of cares and anxieties due to desiring contact of the senses with their objects can cross over this ocean of nescience on a most suitable boat. So in this material sansara, you can cross over this boat, you can cross over this ocean by taking a suitable boat, which is the constant chanting of the transcendental activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And then Narada Muni says, it is only by the practice of controlling the senses through the yoga system one can get relief from the disturbance of all the material anxieties, the disturbances that we face through our anarthas. One can get freed. But this is not sufficient to give satisfaction to the soul. Just by practicing sense control is not sufficient for a soul. It cannot satisfy the soul. What can satisfy the soul? The satisfaction to the soul only comes by devotional service to the personality of Godhead. There are so many instances where people try to do mechanical processes of yoga systems, but they failed. They were distracted. On the other side, there were pure devotees who were so much dedicated in the chanting and hearing the devotional service of the Lord. Even though the Maya Devi attacks, still they were fixed up in the devotional service, like Haridas Thakur. So in this way, Narada Muni, he got this body, but in the occasional annihilation, which is Naimittika, Pralaya, he entered into the body of Mahavishnu. Then, after how many years he came out? After how many years he came out? That is the night of Brahma. Same number of years, 432 crores of years. He was inside Mahavishnu. So then in the next life, Narad Muni, he took birth as a son of Brahma. And how his birth is transcendental? Prabhupada is saying here that just like the Lord's birth is transcendental, Narad Muni's birth is also transcendental. How? How Narad Muni's birth is transcendental? You know how Narad Muni took birth from Brahma? He is a Manas Putra. What is Manas Putra? He took birth from the mind of Brahma. Brahma has many sons, Prajapatis, Rishis. They all appeared from different body parts of Brahma. Because these people are transcendental personalities. Their birth is not Yoni Janma. They doesn't take birth from a womb. Their birth is beyond this material calculations. So Narad Muni appeared from the mind of Brahma. Just like how Lord Krishna appeared, Vasudeva. Prabhupada gave this example of Lord Krishna appearing as a son of Vasudeva. How Lord appeared? First the Lord entered into the heart. Heart or mind? Both are same. Heart is material, mind is subtle. So first the Lord entered into the mind or heart of Vasudeva. Then from there he entered into the mind of who? Devaki. And from there he entered into the womb of Devaki. And after that there was surgery? No. The Lord suddenly appeared. So that is how the Lord's birth is. Similarly Narada. Narada Muni also, he got a transcendental body. In the next millennium, next kalpa, next day of Brahma, he just appeared from the mind of Brahma. So Prabhupada says the pure devotee and the Supreme Lord are of same category, which is transcendence. So Narad Muni, he is known, he is a celestial personality. He travels. There is no place where Narad Muni did not go. And almost, if you see Bhagavatam, all the great devotees, they are all disciples of Narad Muni. Like Prahlad Maharaj, Dhruv Maharaj, Vyasadeva, and Mrigari, and Valmiki, and Prachetas, Chitraketu Maharaj, Prachetas, and 10,000 plus 1,000, 11,000 sons of Daksha. Narad Muni was there in all the yugas. He was there in Satya Yuga, he met Hiranyakashipu and he taught Prahlad Maharaj. He was there in Treta Yuga, where he met Valmiki. He initiated Valmiki with Rama Mantra. Then he was there in Dwapar Yuga, how? He is the one who taught Prahlad Charitra to Yudhishthir Maharaj. And he met Vyasadeva in the end of the Dwapar Yuga. And in Kali Yuga also Narad Muni was there. How? Appeared. How? Srivas Thakur. And once in America, Prabhupada did a program. And his disciples, they did so much advertisement and all. But finally in the program, 1-2 people came. And then they were very sad. Went to Prabhupada, we tried so much, but no one came. Prabhupada said, you did not see? Narad Muni had come to hear my class. He was sitting there. So they were shocked. So Prabhupada can see that. So Narad Muni, a pure devotee. Prabhupada said, Narad Muni, you didn't see Narad Muni? He was there. So in that way, these are very exalted personalities. They are always there. Lord Vishnu says to Narada, a very famous verse, Naham Tishtami Vaikunthe. Naham Tishtami, I don't stay, Lord Vishnu says to Narad Muni, I don't stay in Vaikuntha. Nahinam Yogino Hridayeshu, I don't stay even in the hearts of yogis. Because the yogis are always meditating on Lord Vishnu. I don't stay even in the heart of yogis. Yatra Gayanti Madbhakta, wherever my devotees chant my glories, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Yatra Gayanti Madbhakta, Tatra Tishtami Narada. O Narada, I stay there. I stay there, where my devotees chant the glories. So, just like the Lord stays where the pure devotees chant the glories, similarly the pure devotees also, they appear wherever there is chanting of the holy names. There is even a similar shloka telling about Hanumanji. Wherever there is Ram Katha, there Hanumanji appears. I'll just recite that sloka. You please repeat after me. Yatra yatra Raghunada Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamasta Kanjalim Bhashpavari Paripurna Lochanam Marutim Namata Rakshasantakam. They said, wherever there is the Raghunada Kirtana, wherever there is the chanting of the holy names of Raghunada, Lord Ram, there Hanumanji comes and sits and hears. How he hears? Kritamasta Kanjalim. He comes, offers obeisances there and participates in that Kirtan. Wherever there is the chanting of the holy names of Lord Ram. What is Narad Muni carries? Veena. And what is the Veena's name? Krishna has a chakra. It has a name. What is that? Sudarshan. He has a Shankha. What is that name? Panchajanyam. He has a Gada. What is that name? Kaumudi. He has a yellow color dhoti. What is that? Pitamros. He has a garland. What is that name? Vaijayanti Mala. He has a necklace. What is that? Kaustuba. So like that, Narad Muni also has Veena. And what is his Veena's name? You know who gave Veena to Narada? You know who gave Veena to Narada? Krishna only gave. Krishna gave the Veena to Narada. It is said in Linga Puran. It comes, Prabhupada writes in one purport. In the Linga Puran, it is stated that Lord Krishna gave Veena to Narada. That's why there is a bhajan in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. What is that? Narada Muni Bhajai Veena Radhika Ramana Name. And it is also confirmed by Jiva Goswami. But what is the name of Narad Muni's Veena? Mahati. Mahati. Mahati is the name. He is seeing in the Google and telling. Mahati is the name of Narad Muni's Veena. In South India, there is a very famous singer, lady singer. Her name is Mahati. So anyways, so there is one personality, Narad Muni, who is playing Veena, whose name is Mahati. And there is another personality also among the singers. His name is Tumburu. Tumburu. He is also, he also sings the glories of Lord, like Narada. He also carries that Veena. And Narad Muni has Veena on the right hand, and on the left hand, what he holds? Kartal. Kartal, right? So he holds Kartal and he holds Veena, and he goes anywhere. He can travel anywhere all over the world. Just see. He can travel anywhere all over the world. Who can travel all over the world? Tell me who can travel all over the world? Or forget about the world. Who can go anywhere? Who can go anywhere in this world? Anywhere in a city or something. One who is fearless of death, right? One who is careless in the sense that he is not worried about his food, he is not worried about his shelter, his maintenance. Then one who is fully sense controlled. Like sannyasi. Sannyasi can travel anywhere. Why? because it's fully controlled. When you go around the world, you have to see so many hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of material objects which can completely distract you. But how can you travel anywhere and everywhere when you are sense controlled? That is why a sannyasi can travel anywhere. A brahmachari can travel anywhere. And he has to travel. So Narad Muni, he travels all over the world, all over the universe, different planets. He can go to Svargaloka, he can go to hell also, to meet Maharaja also, Yamaraj also. He can go to anywhere in the earthly planets because he has got these qualities and he is a celestial personality. And wherever he goes, he is always chanting Narayana, Narayana. He is always chanting the holy names of the Lord. So in this way, Narad Muni says that how in the next millennium he took again birth as the son of Brahma, and along with me the other great rishis also appeared, like Marichi, Angira, Atri. All these are different, they appeared from different parts of Brahma. Hare Krishna. I'll stop here. Any questions, comments? Yes, Bhavamaya Nityananda Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you for enlightening about the annihilation. Please give a clarity in between Naimittika and Prakritika annihilation. Because today, in the translation, I got confused. Where its verse is mentioning as Kalpantana. That means it's Naimittika.
Yeah.
But
so
in the
you should open Canto 12, Chapter 4.
Yes.
Open Canto 12, Chapter 4.
Yes, I am reading that one.
Canto 12, Chapter 4, the summary of the chapter. We will read that, it will be clear.
Yes. The question is, I read just now read. The question is, in the translation of today's verse, Prabhupada is mentioning Brahma is entering in the stomach of the Vishnu.
So he is going sleeping there.
As we heard, when everything annihilates, Prakritika annihilation happens, everything enters into the body.
So that's why we will read that, you will understand.
Please give more clarity.
No, we will read that and I will give more clarity.
I read already, but
others did not read. Someone?
12.3.
No, chapter summary. This chapter discusses the 4 kinds of... You take mic, no?
This chapter discusses the 4 kinds of annihilation: constant, occasional, material, and final. And the chanting of the holy name of Lord Hari, which is the only means to constitute one day of Brahma. And each day of Brahma, called a Kalpa, contains within it the lifetimes of 14 Manus. The duration of Brahma's night is the same as that of his day. During his night, Brahma sleeps, and the 3 planetary systems meet destruction. This is the Naimittika, or occasional annihilation. When Brahma's lifespan of 100 years is finished, there occurs the Prakritika, or total material annihilation. At that time, the 7 elements of material nature, beginning with the Mahat and the entire universal egg composed of them, are destroyed. When a person achieves knowledge of the Absolute, he understands factual reality. He perceives the entire created universe as separate from the Absolute and therefore unreal. This is called the Atyantika, or final annihilation, liberation. At every moment, time, invisibly transforms the body of all created beings and all other manifestations of matter. This process of transformation causes the living entity to undergo the constant annihilation of birth and death. Those possessed of subtle vision state that all creatures, including Brahma himself, are always subjected to generation and annihilation. Material life means subjugation to birth and death, or generation and annihilation. The only boat suitable for crossing the ocean of material existence, which is otherwise impossible to cross, is the boat of submissive hearing of the nectarian pastimes of the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So the question of Bhavame Prabhu is that in the Naimittika annihilation, it is said Brahma sleeps and 3 planetary systems goes into destruction. But in the current verse of number 29, it is said the Brahma is entering into the Brahma, and along with his creative elements also entered through his breathing. So how do we understand these two? So of course it's not that easy to understand. It is something which is happening. It is something which is happening in the annihilation, which we were nowhere where we are. We don't know. So it could be possible, just my understanding, that when Brahma goes to sleep, he may go into the, he may goes, because it is said, because if you see the next verse, number 30, it is written 430 crores of years, which is actually a day of Brahma. When Brahma awoke, he to create again by the will of the Lord. All the rishis like Marichi, Angira, Atri and so on were created from the transcendental body of the Lord, and I also appeared along with them. So 430 crores of years is day of Brahma. So that means then we have to have some, balance between these two. That Brahma began to enter means maybe he must have went for sleeping there.
As per Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam 9th chapter, in that verses, Prabhupada mentions that living entity comes into manifest and unmanifest stage. When the living entity comes from the breathing of the Mahavishnu, then they are coming into being existent. When they are inside, they are in unmanifested form.
Yeah.
So here Brahma is entering the stomach of Mahavishnu along with Narada Muni and all total material energy.
So
this is a combination of
this is a
both
little
annihilation
contradictory,
together.
but we have to have some balance.
Just like in the end of the Satyavata Manu, there is a special annihilation happened, which is not according to cycle. Is it similarly like this? Two annihilations mixed together?
It is not written like that here.
Because in the verse, first line mentions Kalpantara, but last two to three stanzas or lines are telling that it's Prakritika annihilation.
So we have to ask Narad Muni only. Any other questions?
Prabhuji, you said the instrument name of Veena, name
Mahati.
Mahati. What is Kartals? You are saying something. The name of the
Kartal.
name itself is Kartal.
There is no special name, but it is Kartal only.
Thank you.
Maybe there I didn't come across. It is Kartal. That special, that long Kartal is there. See, what is Kartal? Kar plus tal. That which you are catching in the hand, kar, and you are making sound. Kartal.
But we also use, but both are different.
Yeah, there are two Kartals. One is this and one is this also Kartal. Is there any special name for this? That is also Kartal only. Yeah, it is also Kartal only.
Thank you.
Prabhuji, sometimes we call Narada Muni as Narada Muni and sometimes Devarishi Narada. Devarishi Narada. So what is the difference between Rishi and Muni?
Sometimes Narada Muni and sometimes Rishi.
Devarishi Narada.
So Prabhupada says Muni means one who is a speculator, right? Now we have to go to that verse in Bhagavad Gita. There is a purport. Prabhupada writes clearly. Can someone open that purport? Muni, that what is that verse? Muni? It comes in the 2nd chapter, no? Stitadhir Muniruchyate. Open that purport, it will be clear. What is Muni? And Sukhesh Anithriknamana. Sukhesh Anithriknamana. 2.56. One who is not disturbed in mind even amidst the threefold miseries or elated when there is happiness, and who is free from attachment, fear and anger, is called a sage of steady mind. The word Muni means one who can agitate his mind in various ways for mental speculation without coming to a factual conclusion. That's called a Muni. It is said that every Muni has a different angle of vision, and unless a Muni differs from other Munis, he cannot be called a Muni in the strict sense of the term. Nasha vrisir yasya matam na bhinnam. In the Mahabharata it is said like that. Because every Muni, every Rishi has a different mata, different mindset. But a Stitadhira Muni is different. Stitadhira Muni is, as mentioned herein by the Lord, is different from an ordinary Muni. The Stitadhira Muni is always in Krishna consciousness, for he has exhausted all his business of creative speculation. So Narada Muni is Muni, but he is Stitadhira Muni. A general Muni is, that's Prabhupada says, speculator. Sometimes he is also called as Rishi, because what is a Rishi? Rishi means one who has controlled his senses, no? Rishi, senses. He is called Devarshi because he is Rishi and he can travel. He is a Rishi among the demigods. There is a son of Brahma, and all these demigods, they are all appeared from Prajapatis, Brahma. So Rishi among the demigods. Devarshi, Narada Rishi, Narada Muni. Hare Krishna. Learn here. Granthraj Śrīmad-Bhāgavatam ki, Jagadguru Srila Prabhupada ki, Nitai Gaur Premanande Hare Bhava.